Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, the best place for passionate entrepreneurs just like you who want to leverage the power of social media and skyrocket their sales. In today's video, we're going to help you oversimplify this process of content creation. Yes, it doesn't have to be time consuming. It doesn't have to be, oh my God, so overwhelming. It has to be really effective and simple. And that's what today's video is all about. If that sounds good to you, let's get right to it. Okay, so before we go into the hows, we want to discuss the what. So what is repurposing content? I have the exact definition right here for you. So repurpose means basically to reuse for a different purpose or on a long-term basis without alteration, or to alter to make more suited for a different purpose. And that is the whole point of repurposing content as well, that you need to alter it for certain platforms and you can use the exact same things for other platforms, yet you need to repurpose it and to reuse content to make sure that you are not lost in the content creation overwhelm all the time. And instead you can create content that is more effective, more creative, more to the point for your audience. I'm so glad we got the what out of the way. Now it's time for the why. So why do you need to repurpose content? Number one is that your current audience may not have seen your past content. So even if you did some pieces of content a few months back or a year ago, they may not know about it, and you can easily repurpose it and bring it right in front of them because they need it, they will gain from it, and they'll benefit from it. That's the first point. So the second point is that there might be different audiences connected with you across different platforms. For example, your YouTube subscribers may not be a part of your Instagram audience, or your podcast listeners may not be a part of your Facebook group. So certainly there might be people who are different across on different platforms, and there's no harm and absolutely no harm in repurposing the same content for different platforms by editing them, making them more fun, making them different in a way. And that's something we're going to talk about in this video. So stay tuned. The next part of the why is basically if you have to churn out new fresh content every single day, multiple times a day, it gets overwhelming. We all have a limit to how much we can think about in one moment, right? So to make sure that your content is all creative and effective and not saturated, it's necessary for you to repurpose certain forms of content for different platforms, as well as even the same platform at times if you've done something long back. Other than that, repurposing content saves you so much time, which definitely makes your creative juices flow more to create effective content that aligns with your pain points of your ideal audience. And that's the goal of content creation anyways, right guys? So I'm so glad we covered the what with the exact definition and covered the why. Now we are here in the third part of the video, which is repurposing content, the how aspect of it. So if you want to make content creation easy, peasy, breezy, and simple for you, this is where the juice is. So basically, I have a very simple system in place, which is called the PDRS framework, PDRS system, anything you'd like to call it, but it makes the process of repurposing very, very simple. And I personally implemented for my business, for my clients' businesses. So this is something which is tried and tested, and I would highly recommend you go out there and try it for yourself as well. The P here stands for pick. So P out of the PDRS system is pick any piece of content which you'd like to repurpose. I'm just sharing an example with how can you run through this strategy. The first aspect is pick. So go over to your Instagram feed, go over to your LinkedIn, and just pick one piece of content that you'd like to repurpose. It could be a YouTube video, it could be a podcast, it could be anything. Just simply pick up one piece of content you'd like to repurpose and then come with me to the next step, which is the D, which is the decide aspect of it. Now in decide, you have to decide how do you want to present that piece of content, and there can be multiple different ways to do that. One piece of content can actually be repurposed sometimes in 10 different ways for different kind of platforms, and I'm going to share an example with you right here. So say I pick a YouTube video. Now what are the different ways in which one of my YouTube videos can actually be repurposed into? And I'm going to walk you through some of them right here. The first thing is my exact YouTube video with a different intro and outro can be converted into a podcast. That's one part of it. Other than that, a part of my YouTube video can actually be converted to a podcast episode. This is the second aspect of it. We can also club them together to say that yes, a podcast can be created in any form out of a YouTube video. That's one aspect of it. The second aspect of it is that same YouTube video can actually be transcribed into a blog post. Yes, transcription and then minor editing will lead to an amazing blog post, and that's the second type of content that you can create out of the same YouTube video. The third type of content is, again, you can pick either a piece of the YouTube video or the complete YouTube video to convert it into an IGTV for your Instagram. And that literally makes it so simple because you can pick an effective part of the whole video and then direct people to go and watch your full YouTube video for the entire content. So it's like you're repurposing, but you're also sending traffic where you want to. So it's serving both the purposes. Your audience is benefiting at both the points. Then after IGTV, the fourth type of content that can be created out of it is basically an Instagram video or an Instagram post. So as you know, Instagram allows only 1 minute of video as an independent post. So you can either have an Instagram audio, that's a graphic with a moving wave, which we call an audiogram, or you can have an Instagram video. These are two different types of content that can again be created out of the same video by editing it slightly, and you'll be done with it. Now, the next is basically, even if you don't want to create any graphic or anything out of it, you can simply create a post with a long form caption. So you can pick an important juicy part of the video and create a caption out of it for your Instagram post, which can just simply be a picture or anything else you're depicting in that video. So guys, till now we've covered 5 different ways in which the same YouTube video can be repurposed. We have literally 5 more. So make sure you make note of it right here, because after this I'm going to make you pause this video, actually pick a piece of content and decide for yourself how you can repurpose that same piece of content and what is it that you'd like. You are going to do this with me in today's video. So make sure you're here. So other than the caption, now the next way you can repurpose this is actually to use a quote card. Yes, you can create a simple quote card using my favorite app, either Canva or Over, and create a beautiful graphic by just placing a quote or anything that you feel is really juicy, really important for your audience to know from your YouTube video. So you pick up a quote, pick up 2-3 lines that are really effective, something that you've said, and then transfer it to a quote card and share it with your audiences. This is the next type that you can easily create and try for yourself. Okay, moving on. The next is you can go and tweet the same quote or same 2 or 3 important points that you've selected. It could be a different important point as well, and tweet it on Twitter, and that's another piece of content that you've just created, my friend. Awesome. After this happens, the next piece of content that you can actually create is, remember you created a blog post out of it. For the same blog post or the YouTube video or the Instagram post, you can actually create a pin and go use it on Pinterest, pin it to either the blog post or the YouTube video or Instagram or all 3 of them. You can create 3 different pins and pin to your 3 different types of content. Pinterest is doing amazing when it comes to organic reach, and why not leverage it? Okay, so once we've utilized it on Pinterest, the blog posts, the audiograms, the websites, and whatnot, LinkedIn is still left. Yes, if you have your audience over on LinkedIn, then you can repurpose similar type of content, some pieces of it, some quote card, direct caption, or anything else that you would want on LinkedIn as well. And it's a great platform for you to connect with like-minded business owners or your ideal audience and have fun with it. So guys, we just discussed 10 different types of content that can be created from one YouTube video. Yes, the possibilities are limitless. These are just the 10 types of content that I have listed here. I'm sure once you start exploring, you'll get so many other ideas. I just got another idea that you can even use it in your email newsletters. When I was penning down this video, I had not written that, but coming to think of it, once I start doing it, the ideas are never ending. They go on and move on and expand and give me so many other options. So I'm sure once you sit down and do this for yourself, you'll get so many other ideas. So some forms of content can be repurposed only for a few platforms, but others can literally go to any number of platforms. So it also depends on the content. So once you pick and choose the content according to that, start thinking. Then you go back and pick another form of content and start thinking. As you get your mind wheels churning, you'll be left with so many options that you'll be amazed with the number of content options you have already, so that you do not even actually need to think of any new fresh content ideas, because there are so many content ideas that are out there just for you by repurposing content. Okay, quickly I'll be taking another example because this was like a YouTube video example. Now if you have a normal Instagram post, how can you pick that and create multiple forms of content from that? I'm just going to give you 5 examples for it. For any Instagram post that you pick and choose, you can convert its caption to an audio and create an audiogram post. You can create a quote card out of the caption. You can create a blog post for the same topic and then create a pin for Pinterest as well. So basically, you start with an Instagram caption, convert it to audio, use it as an audiogram, either on Instagram or Facebook groups, or you use that same post across on different platforms like Facebook or LinkedIn. You create a tweet out of it, you create a quote card out of it, you can create a full blog post on that same topic, and then create a pin and go over to Pinterest and enjoy. Yes, guys, this is the D aspect of it. So once you've picked and now you've decided, we'll move to the R and the S. So basically, you repurpose content using certain tools that I'm going to share with you that are going to make this process of repurposing easy. And then the final S is schedule. Once you're done with it, go schedule and enjoy. Your content is chosen, created, and scheduled. So you can be free, go enjoy, and have a great day. Okay, so coming to the next aspect of it, which is repurpose. Now, how can you repurpose and how can you make this process of creating a content piece out of the piece that is already there very simple for you? So some things will be very direct. For example, if you pick up an Instagram post, convert it to a LinkedIn post, just change minor emojis, minor languages, and be done with it. So that doesn't need a lot of work from your end. So I'm going to share things that might need some work from you, and hence how can you make it simple. And I'm sharing some of my favorite tools for the same. So if you've created an audio or a video, how can you transcribe it and get the text form of it so that you can edit it for a blog post? So very simply, you can use tools like Rev, R-E-V-V, or you can use Veed, which is an amazing video editing app as well, or you can use Headliner. So these are the three places that I've used personally, and I'm currently using Headliner. I really like the app. So that's how I transcribe my videos with the help of the Headliner app, but I've used the other two and they work really well as well. Moving on, the next part is how can you create audiograms? That is, how can you create those little videos? Because a lot of people have asked me this question. How can you create those videos with a wave which have a graphic and a wave which is moving and you have an audio that's playing? So basically, it's a video. It's an interesting video created out of a graphic and a wave. And you can do that using various tools. Two of my favorite tools are wave.co and Headliner app. Currently, I'm using the Headliner app. So both of them are really convenient, not very expensive. They need pro versions depending upon your usage. They have their free versions available for you to test as well with certain limits and certain restrictions. I'd suggest go and try them out first before you buy any paid plan, and even the paid plans are all worth it. So I'd recommend go try out the free versions, whatever works best for you. Pick and choose the pro plan and go with it. For the video editing aspect of it, I personally love Filmora for my Mac as well as InShot for my mobile, which is an Android phone. Other than this, there are various other apps available like the Windows Movie Maker for Windows and iMovie for Mac. These are very basic, very simple, very easy to use. So you can use any of these, and if you want to edit on the phone, InShot is my favorite. I've not used a lot to be recommending them, but I've used this. Its features are amazing. It has evolved over time, and I'm sure it can help you with whatever video editing you need on your phone. Now, when it comes to the graphics creation for your audiograms, quote cards, Instagram, pins, or anything in general, use Canva or Over, two of my favorite apps. They have mobile versions as well as web versions, whichever is convenient to you. You do not need a paid or a pro version for it. You can simply create amazing graphics and utilize it to the fullest, even in the free version. So go check them out and start using it right away. Other than that, if you need editing of the transcription that has been created by the app, you can hire a VA or do it by you. And these were basically my pointers on the tools that I've been using that I really like, that make the process of content creation, that is repurposing content specifically, very, very easy for my brand business, for my clients. So these are the tools that I've been using and I highly recommend on the basis of the fact that I've personally used them even one-on-one. Right now, some of the tools I don't use myself, but my team uses them, but I've used them by myself before finalizing the tools that I really want to use for my business. So you can take my word on them. That said, we are done with the P, D, and R, and now we move on to the S, which is the scheduling aspect of things. So for scheduling, according to the type of content that you want to schedule, if it's for Facebook and Instagram, use the Facebook Creator Studio. If it's podcast, you can use Anchor or other platforms that are available for podcast. I personally use Anchor to source all the content out, and it works amazingly for me. For Pinterest, you can also use Tailwind, or you can use any other online tools like Later, Planoly, Buffer, Hootsuite, XYZ. There are so many of them that you can use to schedule content and have it out of your way and literally done and dusted so that you can be free and enjoy the rest of your day. So in today's video, we've discussed what is repurposing, why do you need to repurpose, how does it make your life simple, your content more effective and to the point, and basically how can you repurpose content using my framework, which is the PDRS framework, which is pick, decide, repurpose, and schedule. and be free and enjoy your days. Literally enjoy your days. I don't want you to be slogging with content creation all day, every day. And just to give you another example, a real life example of repurposing, go and check out my Instagram. I've created a reel on why you need to repurpose content. It's just a teaser. It's telling people in a very brief way as to why they need to repurpose content, and also making them excited for what's coming, which is this video, which tells them ins and outs of repurposing, gives them the necessary tools, and makes life easy for them. So I'm also repurposing content, but I'm also teasing them and making them ready for this video, and that's how you can do it too. This was just a simple example of how I've repurposed content. I'm also planning on doing a lot more repurposing upcoming with a new blog that I've been meaning to create, so look out for that. So what I'll suggest is do these today right away. Just try it out and set it up as a plan. You don't need to even do the how aspect of it. Just pick a post, pick a content piece, decide on what are the different types of content you can create using the same content piece, and then create it on some other day. I'll suggest go to Trello and make a Trello board on the same, pick up few content pieces, line up what all can be done out of the same, give yourself deadlines and just play with it. If you want to know more about how to use Trello, I've done a video on it and I'll link it here, so go check it out right away. So if you like today's video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and definitely comment and let me know what piece of content are you going to start with repurposing today. If you like this video, make sure to like, share it with someone who can benefit from it, and definitely subscribe to the channel. Also, I'd love to know in the comments below what piece of content are you going to pick first to repurpose, and what are the options you're going to use to repurpose it. I can't wait to know. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching today's video. I'll see you soon. Bye.